Greyhound's fleet consists of about 1,300 buses, all of which are 45-foot motor coaches. We go from Canada to the United States and down into Mexico. First Group America and Greyhound Lines are currently revamping the brand image of Greyhound Lines. In doing so, our commitment to providing the safest, most efficient, most reliable, most durable transportation for North America is our goal. We have a very extensive specification and spec research in our purchasing process when we go out to purchase new vehicles and technology. We go through a very, very rigorous process. One big piece of that is fuel efficiency. When the vehicle is in a much more fuel efficient status, then we all win. In this particular case, we were reviewing powertrains, engine, transmission, driveline, and so we did a runoff between engine manufacturers as well as transmission manufacturers. And during the runoff, we realized that there was opportunity to fine-tune and tweak the Allison package. Our goal is to try and make the engine run in its sweet spot. The way that we do that is through a shift schedule from the transmission. We try and shift around the sweet spot of the engine. And then how do we continue to maintain that sweet spot of the engine while we're out on cruise? Because 68% of our time, based on the duty cycle, is spent out on cruise. In the past, the vehicle at cruise would have been turning roughly 1,550 RPMs. We re-gear the vehicle to bring engine speed down to about 1,200 RPMs. That has several benefits over and above the efficiency. Some of the other nice things about doing that is that you potentially extend the life of the engine. The second thing is the noise level. By dropping engine speed back, we effectively drop almost 3 dB, which is a huge drop in noise level. And with the deployment of some of Allison's new technologies, one of which is RELS, had a substantial impact to the overall efficiency gains of the entire vehicle. So the power of application engineering is very profound here. A group of application engineers from Allison, the engine manufacturer, the OEM of the vehicle, as well as us, is very, very powerful. Now, I will say that it is always a trade-off between efficiency and drivability. So as you start to typically increase the efficiency of the vehicle, drivability has a tendency to suffer. I feel very good about the process that we just went through with Allison and the rest of the partners in this venture, that there was no detrimental impact to drivability, and yet our efficiency of the overall package was increased substantially. So at the end of the day, by changing the shift schedule of the transmission to fine-tune it to make the engine stay at its sweet spot, and by re-gearing the vehicle to run in the sweet spot on cruise out on the highway, we were able to increase our efficiency by 1.5 miles to the gallon. Now, when we say we increase the efficiency by 1.5 miles to the gallon, we employ SAE practices from a standpoint of how do we measure fuel economy. So we use a weigh scale, we use certified diesel fuel to do this, and following the SAE protocol to arrive at fuel economy. If you take a look at average mileage on a Greyhound bus, we run about 130,000 miles in a 12-month time period. So when you talk about 1.5 miles to the gallon improvement in fuel economy, based on our duty cycle of running 68% of the time out on the highway in cruise, it is a substantial impact to our bottom line from a standpoint of fuel used. So through about a 1.5 month process of a lot of due diligence and a lot of documenting and running on the highway and utilizing SAE practices in our fuel economy, we were able to focus on the Allison product because of its huge gains to the overall package of the vehicle and increase our efficiency.